Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barbalet, and today, defining simplification in the context of personal definition. I have been going through a period of time in my life, particularly over the past month, where I have been looking to kind of greatly simplify a number of aspects of my life. And a lot of these things are, not the kind of thing that I'd air on a podcast, but I've basically made a number of changes to try and simplify my life. And I've done this in the context of the fact that what am I currently known for doing? What do I currently get recognition in doing? And what is giving me some form of medium-term benefit? And benefit here doesn't mean financial benefit. Benefit here means this is a functioning thing of which I'm a central part of. And I'm using this definition to remove a lot of things in my life, but also there's another aspect here associated with fun. A lot of the things that I do are interesting. A lot of the things that I do I'm very passionate about. But a lot of things that I do aren't really fun by any standard definition. I mean, doing podcast audio editing, I get through it, I get it done. But it's not fun in any capacity unless it's a really good conversation. I mean, this is one of the reasons that Stone Ape has continued to be produced, and I'll put Stone Apes out again and again far faster than I'll put out Model Rail Radio. Not necessarily far faster than I'll put out Short Funks. But Stone Ape for me is just fun. It's an ability to have a chat with a guy who's going to pretty well most of the time, sometimes actually hold his end up. And I'll continue to do Stone Ape for the foreseeable future, without question. Model Rail Radio, I'm doing slight formatting changes in, but the actual editing of Model Rail Radio, particularly with my current work commitments, really quite difficult. So I'm recording more shows. My hope is that there'll be some window, maybe in November, where I can spend more time actually doing a bunch of crash edits of Model Rail Radio, and then we'll just see a bunch of episodes released. But when I come home from work, and particularly this evening, I'll be doing work after I finish editing and putting out some of these Short Funk recordings. Editing Model Rail Radio is the kind of thing where I've got 2 hours and I don't have anything afterwards, and I know I can just go to bed following the edit and it'll all fit together. In terms of my writing, in terms of my production, in terms of the musical project for Noble 8 next year, I want to elevate that. And in elevating that, I'm having to cut back a lot of time. I'm greatly simplifying my space as well currently. My podcasting room previously was like a library, had a lot of books, had a lot of artifacts in it. And I'm trying to simplify all of that down to basically next to nothing. With the view in the medium term that, as I've said to Model Rail Radio listeners, that I could put a layout in the space. But in the short term, it's just to have space. It's just to have a room that's not covered with books and covered with stuff, but it's just a space that I can sit in and think in. And this is also a change in terms of my perspective with books. I've greatly reduced my purchasing of books. I've greatly reduced the presence of books in my environment. I gave away a lot of books last year. I gave away some books this year. I'm really sick of giving away books. I got to that point where clearly there are books that I can give away, but I gave away more books than I probably should have. And I just felt that that was just an uneasy point. So rather than looking at this associated with getting rid of books, I'm just removing books from my space with the view that I'll have space to think in that's not filled with books. And whether writing comes through this process or not, I'm not really clear, but I do want to record some music for Noble 8 next year. And the 10 years of podcasting, we'll see how that goes. I did a recording which may or may not come out associated with this new let's make money through podcasts thing, which has never really been new through the entire time that I've recorded podcasts. But that, I don't know. I feel a little uneasy after the 10 years of podcasting trying to put out a Kickstarter or stuff now. It's kind of moved me into that irk space, which I don't want to be in. So this has been a relatively rambling short funk associated with simplification in the areas of my own definition. I would thoroughly recommend at various points just considering simplifying aspects of one's life. There's a ridiculous complexity. I received 5 large bills in one day yesterday. And I was just ugh, this is what life's really about. It's about working through the weekend and then receiving 5 large bills. That's the way life is. And I think I need to change that perspective. Yes, owning a house and this kind of stuff nets these kind of experiences, but there are ways that you can simplify other aspects of your life, and this is what I'm exploring currently. Tom Barbalet in San Jose, signing out.